here at the FICC 2025 live from Berlin. And I'm here with Leonardo Vezzani. Leonardo, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am fine, I'm enjoying this. Can you tell us a bit about your academic background? Where did you start?
Well, my academic background started in Turin. I started with my bachelor in Cinema and Multimedia Engineering.
Cinema?
Yeah, that's a hybrid topic in which we start studying computer engineering, and then we decide to expand our horizons. So in the beginning we study everything that passes through a screen. So
okay.
Applications, multimedia, cinema, different kind of programming. Mm-hmm. And during the master we focus more on a specific field. So I decided to focus more on virtual reality, mixed reality, and game design in general.
Okay.
And after that, I decided to keep pursuing an academic career. And currently, I'm carrying out my PhD in augmented reality for a head-up display in automotive. So I'm trying to bridge the augmented reality and mixed reality world with IoT and real use of this technology.
Okay, and that brings us to the paper.
Oh yeah, that's towards Carla VR, which is not the first, but I'd like to say one of the most promising attempts to introducing a VR simulator within the Carla simulator, mm-hmm. which is a huge simulator. It's the standard de facto for the autonomous driving data generation, which is a great tool, really rich, wide ecosystem. And we're trying to add an immersive feature so that researchers can use the same tool they use for autonomous driving to test human AI interfaces.
Why is that important?
Well, it is really important for several reasons. The first that comes to mind is that people need to trust their vehicles if you want to have autonomous vehicles, because otherwise
would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Second of all, there are different levels of autonomous vehicles, but the ones we are seeing right now on the street have their limits. So they have to be able to communicate to the user, hey, I cannot drive autonomously anymore, please take over. And lastly, once the fully autonomous vehicle, so the level 5 autonomous vehicle will be available, we will need to do something while driving. So we will be on our chair, and maybe head-up display might be a tool for us to access information or maybe displays, but we have to test it in a safe environment rather than on the road.
Makes perfect sense to me. So how long till we see something like this become a reality?
Well, actually, we are already working on the second version of Carla VR. I'd say that in a few months we will have the repository online and usable, and I hope that people will get interested in that, because it is an open source project based on an open source engine. Yeah. So you can do whatever you want on that, but you're working on an ecosystem that is already widely shared.
Yeah. Is there anything you found that you didn't expect during your research?
Well, I'd say that most of the research pursuit is dealing with the unexpected, because we have a lot of stuff that comes up. You were working on a topic, you are sure that, okay, this is my thesis, this is my test, I will either confirm it or deny it.
That's the goal.
Yeah, well, but after a test you just find that the data tells a whole other story, and you have to reframe your research. Yeah. And this is both in the work and in the networking phase. So when you... Do
you have a specific example from that?
Well, yeah, for instance, I've been collaborating with a company, Reply Cluster in Turin, for a few months. Yeah. And I was just there in the labs to test some augmented reality application. And a colleague from another company comes by. They're talking of a driving simulator in their ecosystem. So one thing's led to another, and we've been working for the last 6 months on creating a ROS-backed Carla simulator for their purposes. So from working on an application, we find a whole other branch of collaboration.
Well, that's good. Okay, anything upcoming, what you're working on right now?
Well, at the moment I'm finalizing the second iteration of Carla VR, but I'm really looking forward to bridge my sector of augmented reality head-up display with everything that is connected to explainable AI. Because as I mentioned before, we need the user to understand what the car is doing. But also I would like to explore how head-up display might prevent or reduce the effects of bad driving. So for instance, if I duplicate my smartphone on the display, might it reduce accidents? Might it enhance them? Let's try and find out in a safe environment.
The last part is important. Okay, it's interesting. About the conference, how do you feel about the conference so far?
Actually, I'm really excited. It is. I haven't been into many conferences yet, but it is really nice to find so many people from so many different backgrounds So you get to meet people that have something in common with your research, and you might propose and brainstorm new ideas, while at the same time you might find people that have absolutely nothing to do with you, but still communicating with them and mixing your background might result in something really unique.
Bit of cross-pollination.
Yeah.
Excellent. Will you be joining the boat tour tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I have my jacket just in case and comfortable shoes.
Excellent. I'm just going to ask you some quick fire questions, so rapid questions, and please give me a really brief, maybe one word or short sentence answers.
Okay.
What's an important skill for a researcher to have?
Flexibility.
Okay. Which industry will be most transformed by AI in the upcoming 5 years?
Well, it's hard to not mention one. Surely everything connected to the user experience will be deeply impacted.
Okay. AI or human intelligence?
Oh, human intelligence.
Okay. AI consciousness, is it possible or impossible?
Well, it all comes down to what you define as consciousness, but I think that if we will ever reach something like that, it won't be comparable with human consciousness.
Okay. What's a big research motivation for you?
Well, actually, with all this technology that is making life more complex, the goal is to find something that makes it easier and simplify the approach to technology, but at the same time accessible for everyone.
Excellent. Is there a book or a research you recommend for people interested in your field?
Well, I have to be honest, I don't read that much on paper because the PhD student life is what it is, so you have little time. But I would just recommend to get everything that you might be even slightly interested in and dig in, because you can never know what you find in the next book or in the next resources.
Okay. Well, as a PhD student, is there any good advice you've ever been given that you would like to share that would be helpful for other people as well?
Oh yeah, classic one. Done is better than perfect, because perfect is never done.
Awesome. Leonardo, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.